And another action President Trump took on day one, stopping government censorship of social media. This executive order bans federal officials from any conduct that would unconstitutionally abridge the free speech of any citizen. It also prohibits taxpayer resources from being used for censorship. Now, Trump's order could have immediate impact on years of efforts to combat misinformation and disinformation.
Joining us now is Samuel Jay, a communication studies professor at Metropolitan State University of Denver. Samuel, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you both. So what is your understanding that this executive order changes?
I think my understanding is that the focus is primarily on social media and any sort of government funds that would go into censoring users of social media. And so being able to pull back some of that taxpayer money in order to stop any potential oversight of problematic speech is what we're seeing here from the Trump administration.
And it's interesting because as this is coming out, there is a growing concern from social media users since the inauguration. They're seeing changes to social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. They're concerned about they're now following President Trump and the First Lady and the Vice President, whereas they weren't before, like automatic follows, censorships of what they're searching for on social media. Are those concerns valid in this, or is this all conspiratory?
I mean, I've yet to see concerns that we might be as focused and uproarious about just yet. Now, we're not quite sure how it's going to play out and all of that, but there was really an expectation that these social media companies would come in that would kind of censor any of this speech that might be deemed problematic. Now, the issue is who decides that they're problematic, who's the one who says that they're offended by it. And so coming in, removing any kind of federal funding or oversight of such practice is really what we're beginning to see here. And now, to say that this isn't impacted by cultural differences and how Twitter in particular censored President Trump years ago would be false, right? There's definitely a component to that. So I think short way, in brief, we shall see how this plays out.
So the presumption here seems to include that calling out falsehoods on social media is suppressing free speech. So can you now yell fire in a virtual theater?
Well, I mean, okay, so great question. The whole fire in a theater, that it remains something that free speech does not protect, right? So you can still do that. So I think if we begin to see, let's say, some sort of collection of a group that was going to try to have an insurrection, for example, there is not protection there for those individuals, and free speech does not protect them. But I think what you're beginning to see, or what we're trying to see, or I guess what we're seeing in the first few weeks of Facebook kind of rolling back, what they're doing is they want to use the platform and the users of the platform to police each other and to correct any kind of falsehoods. And the closest thing I can get to it would be something like Wikipedia. I think when you're beginning to see why this decision was made, why Facebook did it, while Instagram will do it underneath this Meta umbrella, it's really allowing the users to police themselves. And so when it comes to this particular order, I'm not sure what's going to happen, because these companies at the end of the day can kind of do whatever they want. And if it is the case to kind of crowdsource the evaluation and elimination of fake news, if things operate at the level that Wikipedia does, I think we'll be okay. Now, that doesn't guarantee that anything's going to happen, so we shall see.
And Meta removed its fact checker.
Correct.
Yes,
All right.
they did. All right, Samuel Jay for us tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Samuel. Yeah.